Cause you niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins,
That's me.
and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Media popcorn.
Woo!
You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it.
Spoil it in your face.
That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Yes. Been a long time coming. Oh yeah.
Here it is, nigga.
Dinosaurs of love.
Let's get it on.
Wait. Angelic sounds.
Jurassic Park, motherfucker.
Yo, John Williams is on the shit when he made this score, man. Hey, everybody, it's your boy Brandon Collins.
Guys, this is Justin Brown.
And we are meeting Paco Niggas Spoiling Movies and celebrating my birthday with a very special review. This has been a long time coming because I started a movie podcast and never talked about Jurassic Park and the impact that this had on my life.
You know, Brandon, I just want to first, before we really get into this,
Okay.
you just said for my birthday, so we picking birthday films now, huh?
Uh-huh.
Nigga don't pick a birthday film for me. You just go ahead and you just start traditions for yourself, and I don't get a birthday film?
You gonna get one, man, next birthday.
Okay, here it comes. Remember this shit.
Okay.
Remember this shit. I'm gonna make you watch something fucking terrible.
Why
It's gonna be the worst.
Why would you do that? I made you watch Jurassic Park. This movie is awesome.
No, because you're shorthanded me, nigga. You're shorthanded me.
You're such an angry old
Yes,
man.
I am. You're shorthanded me, nigga, and I won't stand for it. I'm gonna suffer you.
So we're talking about Jurassic Park.
Yes, guys.
1993 movie that has no goddamn reason to hold up as well as it does. Like, the effects are still pretty fucking good. Jeff Goldblum, this might be one of the best performances of all time. He's that good as Ian Malcolm in this.
Well, no, I would, yes.
Because he has some iconic lines in this movie, as well as obviously the shirt, like the shirt open, he's breathing heavily.
Laying back, looking like he's ready to fuck.
When John Hammond was like trying, like, this nigga, John Hammond, I mean, we'll talk about Richard Attenborough, his performance, but John Hammond is so crazy. He's like trying, like, as Ian Malcolm is bleeding, he's like cleaning off his wound in his leg. He's like, you know, when Disney World opened in 1950, nothing worked, you know, like, all the rides were shut down. Ian Malcolm's like, yeah, but John, the Pirates of the Caribbean shuts down. The pirates don't eat the tourists. I was like, it's such a good line. Also, Samuel Jackson's in this, smoking cigarettes, and then dives off screen. I don't like the way they handled all the black characters. All the brown people died.
I mean, dude.
The dude at the beginning with the Velociraptor trap.
Oh, yeah. Shoot high! Shoot high!
That guy was so badass, and then the way he goes out is still badass, but I was like, damn, he died?
You know, it was one of my favorite things to say is, clever girl.
Well, you know what was so... This is a movie that, like, really changed a lot for me, like, in regards to opening my eyes to, like, the creative world of cinema. But, like, I love that callback. Because remember when Sam Neill was talking to that kid at the dig, right? And he's talking about the Velociraptors, how you're looking at one of them and you don't even notice that there's two others on the side.
Yeah.
And before you know it,
flanking
you're dead.
Yeah.
And they eat you while you're alive. And you're like, okay, this is like an interesting line. And then it literally comes back when he's hunting that one Velociraptor. The only question I have for that hunter, though, is how come he didn't know that shit about Velociraptors?
Because
he studies them, right?
Well, no.
Well, he was like the manager. Like, he was like their...
So basically, well, hold on. We also got there's some shit awry going on in here, because these two archaeologists, right? Mm-hmm. They know way too much about dinosaurs and their behavior for something that's been dead for thousands of millions of years.
I mean, but this is like this is their field of study, you know?
Yeah, but there's certain things that they would not know.
Well, now they do know because they have actually seen these dinosaurs in real life.
Yes, but they would only know that if they saw them actually interacting in real life. Like
I get, but they had theories, and that's why like there's these little lines throughout the movie where once they get to the park and stuff, like they're reflecting on like, oh, this is why this shit's not going to work.
Yeah, they do travel in herds.
Or exactly things like that. And so I thought I get what you're saying, but it was like they were validating some of their theories and stuff like that.
But at the same time, where did they get off the fact that Velociraptors are highly intelligent? This is how they reacted, and this is how they.
I mean, there's studies on that. Like, I can't like recall them right now. But when this movie came out, I started studying dinosaurs like crazy. And there are like there's a lot of science behind like the way that these dinosaurs acted and how they interacted with each other and like how they hunted and stuff like that.
So basically, it comes down because that's the thing is like the Velociraptors. I just don't know if Velociraptors were actually. Hold on, like I feel like they basically turn the Velociraptors almost like the wolf. Mm-hmm. They're the wolf of the dinosaur world. Yeah, highly intelligent. They hunt in packs and things like that. Yep. Right now, are the Velociraptor? Is that something that they actually came about from this movie? Because they needed like a big bad. Everybody's like the T-Rex. It's like T-Rex ain't sneaking up on nobody.
Well, I think that's why they had the Velociraptors. Like, I mean, Michael Crichton, he's the one who wrote it, but like it's supposed to be like this incredibly intelligent, vicious dinosaur. Yeah. The biggest difference between the real Velociraptors and these are one, the real Velociraptors apparently have feathers, and they were a lot shorter. No, like these things were huge.
Well, yeah, they were like
especially when they were trying to get those kids. I was like, oh, these little kids would have died.
Oh yeah, them downstairs.
Like when that kid Tim was going into that fridge, that scene always freaked me out as a kid because I'm like, there's just no way. There's no way he's going to survive.
Tim just got electrocuted.
Yo, that kid should have died so many times.
Also,
he's going to be so fucked up as an adult.
Spielberg has some continuity shit.
Okay.
The kid got electrocuted. His hair was all fucking up and shit like that.
Yeah.
They were sitting there eating ice cream, and all of a sudden, once the Velociraptors come in, they go in there, hide in the fucking kitchen. Tim's hair is fucking is matted down and straight like he's yeah. I was but you know me, I'm continuity, Nick.
Well, yeah, I mean we're also film critics. We've been doing this for a long time, so that's the stuff that like sticks out to us now.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But like I'm also like the dude. I always pick up on all the continuity shit. But that's like for me is like when I'm acting on set, it's just like I remember somebody said to me, a director said to me, it's just like. You catch all the continuity shit that we don't catch, and I'm just like, yeah, because I think that stuff matters.
I mean that happened to me when I was watching this, and Nedry, played by Newman from Seinfeld, he puts the shaving cream on that pie, and then immediately like the next scene, like a second later, he's wiping his hands, which is like it's just not possible with that amount of space. But I was just like, it is what it is. I still love this movie. I've seen this movie probably at least 60 times.
Fair,
if not more. If not more, I've seen it in the theater at least 15 times. Like I told you, dude. When I saw this movie, I was like 6.5 years old, and I like seen movies before and stuff like that. But this is the first movie where I was like, I think I want to be a film director. Like I think I want to like make movies.
Well, I mean,
it was so incredible. Like as a little kid, seeing what movies could do. It had suspense. It had thrills, it had humor, it had great effects, especially at that time in 1993.
Well,
these were groundbreaking.
And that's the thing. It's just like the dinosaurs, they actually hold up. It's like to this very day, you watch this film and it doesn't look wonky.
Except for that opening scene with the Bronchosaurus, when they first see the dinosaurs, that looks CGI. Everything after that, I mean, the T-Rex looks fucking good. Yeah. Still, it's ridiculous. I know they used a lot of animatronics and shit like that, which kudos to Steven Spielberg for still diving into that after fucking the disaster of Jaws. But I guess it's like, hey, that's my first film, so it's only uphill from there.
True.
But that's also my mom.
I mean,
sorry.
Think about just the fact like how far animatronics had come to this point, because like it started. Well, it didn't start with Jaws, but that was one of the big films. Yep. Then fucking the Ninja Turtles franchise, that was all fucking animatronics.
I mean, Terminator too and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And
So, like-
Alien and stuff. Yeah.
So like the animatronics was actually they were doing very, very well, and then we started to slowly starting to turn into the computer animated stuff, and it's like it took it to another level. But what we're seeing in this film, like you said earlier, is groundbreaking. No, like. But this is also larger than life fucking creatures that like
should never have been brought back. They were brought back by the science of a fucking mosquito.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I mean, kudos for Steven Spielberg to making that easily digestible as an audience member.
Yeah.
Because even as a 6-year-old, I kind of understood what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure in the book it's way convoluted with DNA talk and all this shit. But I also I love that BD Wong is still playing his character. Even though, like we talked about, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was one of the worst movies ever. But like, I'm just like, oh shit, they brought him back and he's like the big bad of the series now.
Yeah.
Which means, was he secretly on the low, like doing shady shit against Engine as well? Like, even though Nedry's over here doing espionage, selling embryos to this competing company and stuff. I'm always wondering, like, has he always been playing this long game?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I actually, dude, I loved Newman in this because he's such a slimy fuck, Wayne Newton. Wayne Knight, not Wayne Newton. And when he's obviously he's like, I'm a brilliant programmer, but clearly has a grudge against rich people because he has financial problems. And he's like, he's going to get $1.5 million for, stealing the embryos. But it's like, dude, in order to do all this, do you realize what you're doing? Because they essentially could get off the island if you unlock all the security shit. Some of these creatures could get off the island, and then it's going to be essentially what
Fucking
we're at
mayhem.
now with Jurassic
Mayhem.
World 3 coming out soon.
Well, first of all, don't want to see it, but
We
I know I have
see
to.
it, yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to see it.
But yeah, I mean, Colin Terranov, he's going to have a lot to do to earn our goodwill back.
Okay, so first of all, let me just talk about Wayne Knight. Okay. So I worked at the LA Auto Show. I did it for years. Every single year, I would see Wayne Knight and Stephen Root.
Oh, interesting.
They would walk
together.
Yeah, they would be together, and they walked the auto show together, and there's a few times I was standing there, and all of a sudden somebody started talking to me or whatever. Turn around, Stephen Root, very nice. Wayne Knight, very nice, and again they're always together. But one year, one of my coworkers, she's a huge Seinfeld fan.
Oh no.
Yeah. And she was like, "Oh my God, it's Newman from Seinfeld." And then my other was like, "All right, well, let's go talk to him." All right.
Yeah.
So she walked my coworker who's the super fan up to Wayne Knight to introduce as hey, whatever. And then she got up to Wayne Knight and hey, and then they turned around and then she clammed up. So now you have two bumbling idiots standing there. It was probably just one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But I just love the fact that even in that moment, the way they reacted was so cool. So I just want to tell the story because I thought that they were actually really cool in person, and I'd like to congratulate that because you see people, you meet people, and they fucking suck. And they were really cool. And every single time I saw them, they were just hanging out, walking around the auto show, and just being fucking cool.
You should have told him you shouldn't have gotten back in that car, bro. She just kept running.
Well, first of all, he shouldn't have turned around and looked back at the dinosaur.
Yeah. I mean, when the nigga spits on you, you're just gonna be like, "Well, I'm just gonna face you and keep it moving."
No, I'm not even facing you.
Yeah,
I'm
just
running
run,
right
just
now.
run,
I'm just getting
keep
in the
running
car.
over.
I'm getting there you spit on me? Yeah.
Dude, that thing fucked him up too. I remember reading the book, he gets ripped apart.
Well, of course he gets
by a
ripped
dinosaur.
apart. Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens when you try to. I mean, what did he think was going to happen? He's trying to escape in a fucking monsoon.
Yeah. That's the thing.
All the people have left because the storm's going to be that bad. It's going to be a skeleton crew, and then you're going to leave them to fucking get killed. You got kids on the park and shit. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well,
because the only one he didn't drop the security, the electricity for was the Velociraptors.
Yeah,
right?
because he knew better.
But then when everything shut down, that didn't.
Yeah.
They got out. Because the main one, she's like, oh, this shit's not working no more. Okay, bite.
She was just like,
get through the middle, niggas.
He's like, hey guys, check the fence. It's like, oh, you didn't get shocked? All right, here we go.
Yep.
That's fucking. Think about how terrifying it is. You know, actually, you know what's terrifying? Cats.
Okay.
Cats. Because cats are derivative of large cats. And large cats are that fucking smart. Not Velociraptor smart.
Like a tiger.
Yeah, man. Because
Like
they're pure evil. They're pure evil. Because I look at fucking Macho sometimes. I see the wheels fucking turning as he's thinking and fucking just processing and just looking around the room. He's just like, I'm gonna jump on that, and then I'm gonna fuck with the shit that he don't want me to fuck with. I'm just like, don't get too smart, cat. I'll choke you to death. You know? So it's like,
Okay.
or even like, you know, some like those like the wolves and shit like that. Like just to think that there are animals that are that intelligent and like are planning ahead, that's fucking terrifying. When you put that in a dinosaur, oh shit.
Well, that's why like it's like when I as an adult like and I actually get these conversations and the dialogue. That's why like that conversation when they're eating dinner after seeing the dinosaurs at the beginning with the lawyer and everything like that, and they're talking about chaos theory, right? And they're essentially like, you're trying to control some shit that we don't even know how to function and coexist together. Like you're fucking with nature and you can't control that. It's like you're trying to have like lunch boxes and all this shit. You're trying to make a lot of money, but you don't understand the ramifications of what you're doing.
Yeah. For real.
Because if there's one power outage,
it's over.
one broken piece of code, it's all over. I mean, that's essentially what happened in Jurassic World, but you know, it's like, and that's what was so interesting. And that's why, like, it's interesting to know the OG cast is going to be in the third Jurassic World because I'm sure they had to be like, yo, we told Hammond not to do this shit 20 something years ago. Like his grandchildren almost died.
So that's the thing. It's just like
several times.
How are they gonna come back? Like, in what capacity are they gonna come back? You know what I'm saying? I think that's just it. That's the only reason I'm watching. It's just to
see how they all come back.
Yeah, and see why they come back and what they have to say after all these fucking movies.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum was in the last one, but he only had he was at the end talking to Congress or some shit, which didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because for me, it's gotta be worthwhile because this first one is so fucking good. It's a classic.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
And also, it has to be the end.
It has to be. Yeah,
you gotta stop it
because you can't really go from Jurassic World like literally like you can't.
Yeah,
unless there's a comet coming and then you go into like Deep Impact Armageddon territory. But whatever. I just remember watching this movie and I was just like, the actors are all good. Like everyone's not, no one's phoning it in, right? And then you have the suspense of how bad is this gonna get, because you know some bad shit's gonna happen. I remember you as a kid being like, this kind of has me on edge a little bit. I'm a little anxious. And then once Nedry does the things with the code and he shuts down the system, I was just like, oh shit, it's about to get crazy. And then people started dying.
But the other thing is, he didn't have to do any of that.
All he had to do was turn up the security for the embryos, right?
Yeah. Because
it was such a skeleton crew. Samuel Jackson's over here just smoking the whole time. The hunter dude's going back and forth around the perimeter and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He took the embryos and he timed it. He was like 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't have to shut down everything. But I guess it's because he needed to make sure that he could get through all the security checkpoints because they were all in lockdown, right?
But that's the thing. He didn't even have to leave early. All he had to just keep that can of shaving cream, put it in his bag, and just chill out. And he leaves in the morning.
True. I don't know if there's a time limit, though, on the embryos. When they're outside that freezer.
Well,
because the Barisol can, that's probably only so cold. I imagine it's like the fucking coronavirus vaccine. They have these sub-zero fridges and shit. Because remember those things that he pulls up, it's like dry ice coming out.
True.
You know what I mean? So there might be a specific temperature that you have to keep it at. But unless it's like only for
No, but that canister the guy gave him, that is for transporting that stuff.
Yeah, but it's like, remember, he was supposed to get the embryos, go to the dock, get on the boat, and then they probably on the boat had dudes waiting with like stuff to put the embryos in.
True. I just
I'm just speculating, but
but it's like I just
they're not gonna pay $1.5 million for some shit just to die. Like if he does get into the boat.
I mean, first of all, he's being undersold.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you should ask for way more than that.
I mean, even the lawyer
is also 1993.
No, but even the lawyer, when he sees the first dinosaur, he's like, "We're gonna make a fortune." I'm like, "You're a lawyer. Are you like part of the board that you're representing? Because you're just gonna get your fee. You're not making money off this profit unless like he does that in the contracts maybe or some shit." But when the lawyer gets killed in the toilet, that's the thing. There's some like iconic moments in this movie. When he gets bit on the toilet by the T-Rex, when the T-Rex is going through that car at the kids, I remember being a 6-year-old kid being like, what the fuck? Because I'd never seen kids in peril like that.
Oh, when he's stepping on the car and shit like that. And
well, not even before that. Remember when he crashes through, the T-Rex crashes through the roof and they're screaming bloody murder, which I'm like, yeah. And also, they shouldn't be able to hear. Those roars alone for the T-Rex.
Oh, yeah, we would fucking just pop your fucking eardrums. Yeah. But then also on top of that, it's just like, yo, why did she go and grab the fucking flashlight?
No, she was
that was so fucking stupid.
I mean, it's white kids.
I know, but it's like, yo, the first thing I would do is just make it so act like I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? And also, all right, Dinosaur comes out. Oh, I'm gonna go run into the bathroom. Nigga.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Goldblum was like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. He just left those kids. He didn't give a fuck.
Yo, so you stay right there. The last place you want to be is out in the open.
Yep. Again, people aren't used to T-Rexes, but I know goddamn well I'm not going to get out of the safety of this vehicle.
Exactly.
For now, with a T-Rex walking around. But when the water starts shaking, I remember as a kid being like, this feels like a classic scene. With the water rippling, because it happens again with Jeff Goldblum with the footprint.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, man, this movie's so fucking good. Like Steven Spielberg was in his bag on this one.
Oh yeah.
He was like, I know exactly what the audience is gonna love. Like, this is the definition of a summer movie.
Yeah, this is blockbuster.
This
film.
is like
this Independence Day.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's like those. Armageddon was another one.
Armageddon was crazy, but yes, it was a fun movie though.
Yeah, but it was still one of those movies. It's just like, oh, this is something fucking big and huge. It's like, this is why I have to go to the movies to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's exactly what this movie is. The only slow part is the dinner scene between Hammond and Laura Dern.
Yeah.
When he's still talking about the park and she's like, people are dying and stuff.
Then she's like, oh, it's good. The ice cream is good. It's like, bitch, it's ice cream.
Because we already get an idea that John Hammond's out of his fucking mind. He's completely delusional. Like, we didn't really need that scene.
Yeah, well, I guess it also shows how selfish he is because he's sitting there eating ice cream. He's talking about the park. He's not talking about his fucking grandchildren that are stuck out there. Right?
I mean, eventually he does.
Yeah.
But
like, at the same time, it's just like, bro, you got to do some fucking assessment of the situation going on right now.
Yeah. I mean, he tells the hunter dude, he's like, can you please go and find my grandchildren? The guy's like, sure. I'm going to take my little Indiana Jones hat, which that definitely was homage to the Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Crikey.
And then he took Laura Dern. I was like, well, she probably going to die. Like, someone's going to die.
Yeah. One of you going downstairs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Samuel Jackson went to the fucking power circuit grid thing. And I was like, well, he ain't coming back. I thought at least we see him die. We just saw an arm fall on her, which was a great scare. I remember everyone like freaking out at the beginning when that happened in the movie. They were like, oh, shit.
Okay. How did she hurt her leg?
Oh, because when she kicked the door, I think that's when she fucked up her ankle. Okay. Remember, because the Velociraptor bursts through the pipes or whatever, the gates or whatever.
Yeah.
Then she's closing the door and it slams her, and so she falls, and she falls hard, and then she has to use her feet to push the gate back.
Okay.
I think that's when she fucked up her leg. because she starts limping after that.
Yeah, and then she goes running up.
Because remember, that's a Velociraptor going to full force against a door, knocking you out on your ass.
No. I'm not refuting it.
Yeah,
I'm not refuting it. My thing is just like it's like her limping was just very. It didn't look very authentic to me.
Especially when she's running to Grant and she's jumps
like,
in his arms.
Run. It's like, God.
And he's going to be like, hey, so just to let you know, I think you might have electrocuted the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't know that she was the one that did the switches, but when she's doing that and Tim won't get down, I was just like, man, these white kids are out of control. Like, they want to die.
Well, first of all, it's like Hammond's, when he's climbing down the fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's just like the first thing you do is you secure the kids. Mm-hmm. And like the fact that he was down on the ground.
Yeah, yelling at this kid.
Like 20 feet away.
And then he was like, I'm going to go back up. Like, and Lex is like, no. I'm like, someone saved the youngest one.
Yeah.
Like, he's already been through a lot of shit. He got stuck under a car with a T-Rex screaming at him. He got knocked in the car into a tree. Then the tree fell apart. The car almost crashed and crushed him. Like, what do you want from this kid?
Okay.
And that's before the kitchen scene.
So let's talk about this park staff, because they're a little bit off. Okay.
Who? You talking about Samuel Jackson and all them?
No, the park staff, the actual people who work the park. Now obviously we got Australian dude. Mm-hmm. You know, he's the badass, right? He's the head trainer. He's
Robert Molden.
So my man, you know, obviously that dude gets killed at the beginning. You know, shoot that motherfucker. Like him, he understands the gravity of the situation and he gets it. He's fine, but we got other people in the park, Brandon. When what's the woman's name? I'm forgetting her name. I know you know. Oh my God,
Laura Dern.
Yes, her character's name.
Ellie Sattler.
Yeah. So when they go and they find that Triceratops, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's not her. Grant is there first, and he's just like, oh my God. He's looking at this Triceratops. He's like, can I? He's like, yeah, absolutely. It's like, so you just let a stranger touch a fucking dinosaur? You don't know who the fuck he is.
I imagine like they got a heads up that these people were coming, because remember they had to give the okay about the park.
Yes.
In order for the board to sign off on Hammond still having control.
Still. No. If I'm working the park, the first I see this motherfucker, it's just like, may I? I'm like, no. Why the fuck are you outside of your car?
Well, I definitely want to let a stranger touch the tongue of a dinosaur.
And then,
because you don't know how sensitive their immune systems are.
Well, that too. But then she's just like, oh, it seems that he has this and da-da-da-da-da. And yeah. I'm just like, bitch, you don't know nothing about no fucking dinosaur. Get the fuck out of here. I need to go play around in this shit. Like, what? What? You fucking freak. You freak. Yeah, there isn't this fiber in the shit. I think I need to see a little bit more. It's like, listen here. You better get your ass back in that truck.
That was a huge pile of shit, by the way.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but that whole thing where they just let them just have free reign to do what the fuck they want, I'm like, that's crazy. You can't go to Disney World and do some shit like that. They damn sure ain't gonna let you do that shit at Jurassic fucking Park.
Yes. Okay. I get you now. I get what you're saying now.
So like that when that was going on, because I remember when I was a kid, it was just like, oh man, that'd be so cool to get close to a dinosaur. And then I started thinking about it and watching this, I'm just like, no, you can't get that close to a dinosaur. You can't be a nigga in your car at Six Flags Great Adventure in the safari, and then you get out your car and you start playing with the fucking lions. They ain't gonna let you do that shit. And this motherfucker had the eye of a fucking...
They have VIP access, baby.
Brandon, this nigga had the eye... Grant had the eye of an eagle, my nigga. He was sitting in the car. He's sitting there. He's just like, oh, look at that. It looks like it looks like a fucking dinosaur in distress. And he just jumps out the car and goes. And then fucking then you have Hammond. He's just like I told you we should have put locks on the doors. It's like, nigga, that's the first thing you didn't put on them doors. You got fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, because there's going to be little kids at this park. They're going to be fucking running out the
Yes.
Be like, I want to play with the Dilophosaurus, and it's like, that shit's going to spit on you and bite your head off.
Yo, like, well, even beyond that, them fucking, like, there goes your arm. There goes this. There goes that. Your arm, your leg. This, like, the insurance guy, the moment that he's like, oh, that they got out of the cars, he should have been like, and we are not passing this up. Well, we're gonna have to pass on this one. Pull our money. These motherfuckers ain't got locks on the doors.
My whole thing was the way that they were containing the Velociraptors. As a spectator, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Well, half of these animals you wouldn't be able to see anything because they were like in the jungle. So it's just like it was just happenstance that they even would get to see anything. You see the Brontosaurus because they're open grazing, but it's just like they needed to make something so you can actually so the dinosaurs like you can kind of see where the fuck they are and what they're doing.
Yeah, because you can't keep them in tight contained spaces because then they'll fucking go nuts.
Well,
and what?
Well, I think the main thing is they didn't want to make it like a zoo. You know what I'm saying? But technically, this is a zoo.
Yeah,
it's a dinosaur.
It's a high
zoo.
security zoo.
So, but at
it's
the
like
same,
Rikers of animal farms.
Oh God, yeah, Blackwater, baby. But all the black in the water is your blood.
Yeah. So essentially, they said that they created these dinosaurs through the blood from the mosquitoes that supposedly like crystallized. After they bit, drew blood from dinosaurs and frog DNA, and that's why they're all female, right?
Yes.
Well, that's the theory is that they're all female.
No,
they can't.
So basically, no, they are all female. They are all female. Yeah. But the thing is, they use the DNA from an African frog, which will in certain environments can actually change its sex.
Got it, because that's why when they find the eggs, Grant's like. Life finds a way. Like,
yeah, like Malcolm said.
Yeah, I was just like, I love the callbacks. But it was also like, yeah, man, that island's fucking wild at the end. With like, it's just open season for the dinosaurs there. That's why, like, I wish that Jurassic World had done a little bit more to talk about how they contained the dinosaurs before they rebuilt that park because they go back to that same island.
Yeah.
But it's like at that point, how are they able to contain the T-Rex? Like, how do you get that thing back in captivity?
True.
You know what I mean? Like, it was stuff like that where I was like, I appreciate that they actually did this fully realized park, but at the same time, this was literally an open island just full of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Similar to in the Lost World of Jurassic Park. It's essentially they go to Site B and it's just an island full of dinosaurs. That's essentially what Site A became. So how are they able to go and contain it and then build a new park with those dinosaurs still there?
That's the main thing that blows my mind about like Jurassic World and just all the movies after this one.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck would you? Of all kinds of dinosaurs, would you create a pterodactyl? You can't control...
Or a velociraptor.
Well, velociraptor for sure.
Yeah.
But a pterodactyl, they can get up and go where the fuck they want. You can't control it.
Yeah.
So it's like that is so dangerous and so just like fucking wild of anybody to even think that this was a good idea. What's wrong with
in Jurassic World, they did that big water monster thing.
Well, yeah, that's...
What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that's not going to get out.
Yeah.
No way. But also...
Old fucking Nessie. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. This is a wild movie, man. When you think about the sequels made, Lost World... I always have like a little bit of hatred for that because I read the book, and the book there's this young black kid, not the daughter of Ian Malcolm. There's a young black kid and a like teenage white girl as like the kids in the story, and the kid's name was Arby. And I remember reading it, and my nana was like, "Brandon, you love Jurassic Park. You wrote that letter to Steven Spielberg. We should try to see if you can get this role." And then they gave it to Vanessa Lee Chester and said that she was Ian Malcolm's daughter. And I was like, this girl's blackity black. Y'all not going to explain nothing. Is she adopted? Is she biracial? What's going on here? And then she was a fucking gymnast going around kicking velociraptors in the face. And I was like, okay, now I hate everything. So that could have been my role. I wouldn't have been spinning on some pipes and stuff. Like a stripper. So I'm swinging on the pipes.
Yeah, I got you. I got exactly where you're going. I don't have to like it. I don't have to like it.
Do you think this all would have still happened even if Nedry got away?
What do you mean?
Like the park falling apart, like that still would have happened, right? Even if Nedry had gotten away and was able to successfully get the embryos to the competitor?
I think eventually that park would have been shut down due to people losing fucking limbs and lives.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Once the lawyer and them got, because that's what sparks the whole thing at the beginning, right? Like, because that dude dies feeding the transferring the Velociraptor. That's when like the lawyer comes in. He's like, yeah, I gotta like make sure everything's copacetic, otherwise we gotta shut it down.
And that's the thing. It's just like there's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. After the fucking Velociraptors, they realized how fucking intelligent they were. No reason you should have kept them motherfuckers around.
You bred raptors?
Huh?
That's what the line. He's like, you bred raptors?
Yeah, it's like, wait, what?
Why would you do that?
You fucking crazy? And that's the thing. That's
the thing is they were testing fate, right? Or tempting fate. What's the phrase? Is it tempting fate?
I think tempting.
Yeah, but that's what they were doing, right? They were like, we have the science, but no, like like Ian Malcolm says, like no one asked, should we do this?
Yeah,
because you're putting so many unknown elements out there, and these are for the most part, I would say 70% are predators. Yeah, so you're putting your own like audience demographic in peril. Yeah, because even the T-Rex could have gone through that gate, even when it was electrified. Oh, I think it would have stunned it, but it still could have. If it went full force through that gate, it would have been out.
Dude, I think you also have to talk about the fact that the T-Rex, the fence went down, and the T-Rex immediately was out. Yeah. So that means that T-Rex was just like, that shit ain't gonna hurt that bad.
Didn't it also like realize that the fence was weak because the weather was so bad that the fucking fence was like leaning and shit? I feel like that was the cue for the T-Rex to be like, was the shit open? And it threw the goat leg and it was just like, oh shit, okay. A nigga can get out. Bye.
So like, and that's the thing is just like, they thought that they had this thing contained, but it's just like, no, you didn't.
Well, that's what I liked so much about the movie is that like it's about human beings trying to control things. And this movie's all about control. It's about controlling the kids, it's about controlling the dinosaurs, it's about controlling the decisions you make in life and stuff like that. And so I just always appreciate the themes of this movie. And also like again, the way it was shot, like when the T-Rex is chasing after them in the car, and it has like the mirror like says objects are closer than they appear, and like the T-Rex is about to eat them and shit. I'm like, this is so good. Huh. They would have died, but this is so good. Yeah. When that T-Rex is hitting its head against the car, it's like, yeah, you're gonna flip over.
Yeah, you're gonna die. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing but fucking peril coming your way.
Nope.
Yep. Hello, peril.
I mean, yeah, the kids in the kitchen would have died, but like they probably would have died before that. But there's no way. Also, when the Velociraptor started opening the doors, I told the story about when I saw the re-release, and this black dude had clearly never seen the movie before. He's like, "Oh shit, nigga." But I remember opening weekend when I saw this movie, and Laura Dern's like, I mean, there's only two of them unless they figure out how to open doors, and then it cuts to that dude learning how to open a door. Yeah, and people in the audience were like, oh shit. It's like those are the kind of moments I live for as a moviegoer.
I mean, but you know, at the same time, it's also one of those things. It's just like if you work at this park, right? Mm-hmm. Like when I'm putting indoors, the last thing I would put indoors with hooks on because you can accidentally open that shit. Kids could easily open those doors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's just a foresight. Dude, I mean, the doors, the doors being like that in my house, I'm just like, fucking Jackson's just easy to just, grab this shit and just go out. That's why the front door is a fucking knob.
Got it.
It's like if you're not thinking foresight, you're really not trying to protect yourself.
All right, before we rate this thing, I want to ask you a hypothetical. If you were a dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur would you want to be?
Velociraptor.
Okay. Why?
Because, well, for one, I like their agility.
Okay.
How fast they are. They got that fucking retractable fucking shank.
The claw.
Yeah, like that shit's fucking wild. And just the fact is they're smart. They're smart. They run in a pack. Personally, I like to consider myself. I've always kind of considered myself more of like a singular kind of guy. But it'd be cool to run in a pack with some other fucking raptors and fucking just wreak havoc on motherfuckers. So I like that aspect. But I'm fascinated by wolves. And like the Velociraptor is the closest thing you have to wolf in the dinosaur world. So it's like that just speaks to me.
Okay. See, for me, I'd be a T-Rex just because of the longevity.
What do you mean?
Because this main T-Rex, the one that attacks the Velociraptors at the end, that's the same T-Rex in Jurassic World.
Oh, really?
Because you notice the scars from the Velociraptor when it's scratching on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so these motherfuckers can live a long time. And they're strong enough. They're like apex predators. So no one's really going to actively try to fuck with a T-Rex.
Even though the T-Rex wasn't the largest dinosaur.
No. Yeah. But...
Well, not the largest. He wasn't the largest predator. The T-Rex was getting fucked up by other dinosaurs.
Yeah, like the Spinosaurus. That's why Jurassic Park 3, they made a big deal about that dinosaur. Because actually, like, based on, archival evidence, this was actually way bigger than the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Which they really screwed the pooch on that one. That movie was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ugh. But, I mean, I get it. This movie made so much money. This movie made like $1 billion.
Oh. Yeah.
In like the 90s.
Yeah. Made sense.
You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense to make a Michael Crichton, this is such a big hit, he wrote a sequel for it. He had no plans of writing a sequel.
Dude, when
half the characters died in the first book.
Fucking kids love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like all kids love dinosaurs. Boys, little girls, they gravitate to that shit. It's like doing something like this, you're like the merchandise or it's there.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Yeah, man. So it's like as far as like this is like the smartest thing that you could do. It's like oh, you want to make a movie that's do a movie that's kind of fucking just gangbusters. It's like, all right, like what do kids love? And then write about that. That's how you make a blockbuster. Hey guys, there's a formula. Write about what kids like.
Yeah, I mean they made some smart moves with this movie. Like in the original book, until the sequel, Ian Malcolm is presumed dead. John Hammond gets killed by like the little compy things that are in the second one.
The compy things.
The little they're like the little lizard things that stand up on their legs. They're the ones that eat that German dude in the Lost World.
Oh, the ones that hop around.
Yeah, they like attack the little girl and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he gets killed by those. A bunch of people die. Like it's like way more carnage than it is in the movie. But the movie's just dark enough. Like even with the Velociraptor birthing scene and stuff like that, there's just like some darkness to it that I don't even know if you could really do now because of how practical the effects were.
Yeah,
I think the studio may force them to do CGI so people like realize that there's still some cartoony elements to this.
Yeah,
because they're using like the little robot for the Velociraptor and like clearly they had like something pushing through this like egg prosthetic. I was like, I don't know if you would be able to do that anymore because we're seeing that with like even like Alien Covenant and like shit like that. Like they're just using CGI for this shit now.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper.
Is that what it is?
It is.
Damn, that sucks, man. It's like why I get frustrated that there's no more 2D movies, really. Everything's computer animated. And it's like, you see some cool stuff like that, like sometimes combines the two, but it's just frustrating a little bit because 2D animation is dope.
Yeah, because you have a lost art.
Yeah.
You have a lost art that you're not seeing anymore. It's something that we grew up on. So
Yeah. Speaking of lost art, I mean, this movie again like has such a profound impact on my life. Like I wrote a letter to Steven Spielberg and shit, and
he
for
right
me,
back.
oh, he did. Amblin Entertainment wrote back, not Steven Spielberg personally, but Amblin Entertainment wrote back and just said, "Hey, like keep focusing on your dreams and stuff." And so I've been thinking a lot about that, and I think that's why I don't know who's listening to this from work or whatever, but by 2022, like I'm gonna be at least in pre-production on a film.
Okay.
I'm making that a personal goal of mine because when I was 6 years old, like that was my dream. Like that's the thing I wanted to do, and I've always still wanted to do that. I've just allowed other things to kind of deviate a little bit from that. And I know you like look at me and you've read some of my scripts and you know I'm completely insane, but I think I do have a creative vision that people can relate to, especially when I think about that 6-year-old Brandon growing up in the suburbs, only child of a single parent household, and like just the way I think there's opportunity for me to represent that kid, but now.
Yeah. I would never tell you like, no, you can't do it. You can't
You've seen me do shit that you were like, I don't know if you can do this. I'm like,
no, I didn't. I never said you can't do it. I'll always congratulate, like, hey man, at least you're trying, because that's half the fucking thing right there.
Yeah, man.
A lot of motherfuckers don't ever try shit, and then they sit there and they're like, man, I could have been the one. It's like, no, you couldn't, nigga. Not if you didn't get off the fucking couch.
Yeah, I mean, also like I think for me, like I get to. Not that I give up, but like I don't push myself as far as I can go. Like I think about like the Grits comedy show, like stuff, right? No one was doing anything like that.
Yeah.
But I was just getting so frustrated with us trying to submit to the fucking UCB and shit like that. Because I'm like, if we had an opportunity to go head to head with any of those corny niggas, especially in sketch comedy, we're gonna murder.
Yeah.
Because we had the most diverse group in sketch comedy in New York.
Fucking wild.
And it was just like, it was so insane that like we weren't getting like our shine. We were selling out shows at Broadway Comedy Club and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? And so I remember giving, like, just being like, hey, I think this has ran its course. But I'm like, if we probably had stayed the course and maybe expanded, we probably would have like a show and stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to regret it. I'm just like,
no. Well,
you know?
but then again, we were like, what was it, Astronomy Club that had the thing on Netflix and things like that. And kudos to those brothers. But it's like it's also about it. So a lot of it's about timing, man.
Yeah,
it's about timing. When we were doing that shit way before.
Yeah, no one else was doing shit like the way we were doing it.
But it's like we were also doing it at a time where people didn't give a fuck about about people of color in our comedy and in our art. So it's just like, they came along at the right time where, because the industry started to get in trouble, then it was like, okay, we'll start looking at the blacks. Yeah. And then it opened the doors. And and that's not a slight on anybody, and it's not saying that we're better than them or anything like that. Yeah. It's just you have to be there to be able to take advantage of the opportunities. But if you're not there, you're not there. And it's like, and somebody's gonna be able to jump on it, and that's why, we've I've worked with some of the people that were on that show before, and things like that, and they're cool people. It's like I haven't actually seen the show myself because I just watch other shit, all right, or I just haven't. It wasn't on my radar. But I still congratulate that shit. I congratulate anybody who goes out there and puts their fucking self on the line and tries some shit.
Okay. I mean, it'd be nice if you could graduate me about my shuffle script.
Nah, man. That was trash. I mean, but I'll tell you one thing. It did make for a hell of a Zoom night.
It did.
It made for a hell of a Zoom night.
I mean, people look at me differently now, but yeah, it worked out.
Guys, wait till you see his other script. Holy trash.
Well, that technically is a film.
Oh, it's a film. That's right. It's
called Motherfucker, I'm Gonna Kill You.
Yeah, guys. Oh, boy. Wow.
I don't know if I'm going to do it.
No, we're going to do it.
I'm afraid, man.
Nah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. First opening scene, guys. That's all you need to see.
Oh, God. I'm going to get canceled. All right, Justin, break down our rating system.
All right, guys, we rate movies bags of popcorn, small, medium, large, and the XL for the exceptional. If a film doesn't deserve any popcorn, we throw it into the dog shit pile. We pile piles and piles of dog shit on top of it. Maybe even light them on fire. Who knows? It's just how we roll.
Light them on fire, nigga.
So, Brandon, we sat down and we watched the classic Jurassic Park, starring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Armor. Richard Armor.
Attenborough.
Attenborough. What say you, my friend?
Yeah, this gets an XL. This is a classic movie. I followed a lot of these actors after this movie. Like Joseph Mazzill is a actor I've been following since this movie and stuff. Like Jeff Goldblum, of course, Samuel Jackson, like, and then Steven Spielberg. Like I said, he was just in the zone on this. Like he hit every fucking beat that it's like he knew what the audience wanted, and he like gave them that all the time. And sometimes that just happens with directors, right? Like they just know this is something that's going to be so entertaining for people. Like I imagine that's how the Russo brothers felt when they were making Endgame. Especially that last battle scene. They were like, when they had the shot of all the Avengers for the first time, like everyone, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, everybody, they were probably like, dude, audiences are going to lose their minds.
And I feel like you need to have that in you, like that's what you're going for, because that, or just have the foresight to be able to see that and understand that and fucking hone right into that, because that's what keeps that childlike wonder within you as you're working. If you're working for that, then you're always gonna fucking feel great about what you're putting out.
That's what she said. All right, Justin, what's your rating?
Man, it's between a large and a medium. Nah, it's an XL, man. I mean, this movie is, it's a fucking classic for a good reason.
Yeah, man.
It's a classic for a good reason. Like, this was, again, a groundbreaking film, and, like, they've never been able to recreate this fucking magic. And now, mind you, the first movie with Chris
Pratt?
Chris
Pratt,
Pratt,
Jurassic World?
it was great.
You watch it again, and there's definitely some wonky stuff, but like it's the best sequel since the first one.
Exactly, and I thought that was great. The second one was obviously fucking piles and piles of dog shit.
How did they fuck that up so bad? I know we did our review, but I'm baffled by how bad that second one was. And there's some people in my life that try to defend that one.
I don't know why.
Dude, Tati, when she saw, because we saw Jurassic, I love this series so much. I made us go see Jurassic World in fucking Peru. Opening weekend, and then Jurassic Park, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom opening weekend, and dude, she saw me drop my head into my hands halfway through that movie.
Yeah,
she's like, I've never seen you, one, do that to any movie, and two, like, I know how much this hurts you because you love this series so much.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that one was hard to watch.
If I ever see that director, is it JD Boyega or whatever the fuck, I'm punching him in the back of the head.
Let me also just put out here that Ariana Richards, the actress who played the young little girl, she's 41 years old. She looks great for her age. A little cutie pie.
Yeah, wasn't she in she was in that one movie with like the bully kid? Oh fuck, I'm blanking on the name. Angus. Yeah,
I never watched it. She was also in the Tremors series. So, claim the fame, the Tremors series.
Oh, my God. We might have to do Angus because the fucking the headline says, from the producers of Cool Runnings, and it's 3 white people on the poster. So, also, we got to do Cool Runnings. We've never done Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
To the rhythm, to the rhyme.
Yeah, I can't remember the rest.
It's bobsled time.
That was the classic. That was a wild one, actually.
Justin, how can people follow you, man?
Guys, you can follow me at JBrownDinner on Twitter and Instagram. Brandon.
Y'all can follow me at American Collins, AmericanCollins.com. You can follow the show at Medium P Podcast on all social media platforms. And don't forget, join and subscribe to the YouTube page so you can get access to all of our videos as well as celebrity interviews. We got a lot up there. And then, Justin, if people want to support the show financially, what can they do, my brother?
They can take themselves over to patreon.com/mediumpopcorn. And where it, I was about to say, and at Patreon, you can actually, shut up, Brandon.
What the hell just happened?
And wherever you be, we'll be there with you.
That sounds like a threat.
No, so we have all of our backlog on Patreon. So if you're looking for an episode, it's there. If you need the extra episodes, they're there. If you want to hear the mini episodes, they're there. The movie nights with us, they're there. It's all right there on Patreon, guys. And if you're feeling extra froggy and you're looking for a t-shirt, well, it's not at Patreon, but it is on tpublic.com/mediumpopcorn. Get yourself some swag, y'all.
Slap
Get
it up.
Swag.
Slap it up, put it down. Everybody get around. Thank you all so much for your support. Hope you enjoyed this bonus episode from my birthday celebration. And, down the line, we'll do one for Justin, too.
Yeah, happy birthday, you little nigga.
God, such a hostile way to...
You're damn right, I said it.
Hold on to your butts. You think that line is improvised?
Yes.
Okay. That seems like a Samuel Jackson thing he would do.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he and Steven Spielberg never worked together again.
Maybe Steven Spielberg is racist. Who knows?
Steven, that was Justin, by the way, who said that, not Brandon.
That's right. I said it.
Brandon Connells loves you, even though you're doing a West Side Story remake, and that doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh.
But Steven Spielberg, you're still one of the greatest.
Medium popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Medium popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault.